Hey guys, Andre Reckless here. Welcome back to the third video. This is Banished Let's Play. And last time we were here, we expanded the city a little bit. Showed you guys the forester and all that, and talked about the food and the needs. Well, since then we've gathered pretty much all the close by resources. And now we are going to build a trading port, which I built over here, almost, actually just about done, and a market. We have enough resources now. I suggest making sure you have the resources before you build something. That is going to save a lot of time. You know, if you don't have enough iron, every time you get 1 or 2 iron, somebody's going to collect just that 1 or 2 iron and bring it back to your building site. And that's just a lot of small trips. You want to make sure you have it so they can collect the whole, you know, inventory full and then bring it. So here's a market. If you don't know what a market is, a market just holds all your stuff, everything: firewood, regular wood, stone, all your food. It holds everything, and you have one guy that goes and gets it and brings it over there. If you're confused as to what's the difference between that guy bringing it to the market and then people getting it from the market, as opposed to people just getting it for themselves, which makes sense if you think about it. The guy in the market can lift way more. He lifts 10 times more than anybody else in your village can. So it's better that he makes all the trips, and that all your villages can stay working, and when they need something for their home, they do have inventory here, they could just get it from the market, one trip, boom, be done with it. That's it. They don't have to walk all the way over here for, you know, fish, and then walk all the way over here for some roots, and then walk all the way over here for some firewood. No, all the market, one trip, boom, their inventory is filled. They go home, filled pockets, whatever, shopping bag, shopping carts full of groceries, they're good. So I suggest building a market early on in the game. It's better, because then you want to build houses around it. The yellow circle is all the houses that are gonna have the market available to them. Anything outside of this, they're just gonna walk to whatever's nearest. It might be the market, but it might also be, you know, this guy over here, and then this storage pile over here, the stockpile over there. So to start off, you want 1 employee. You can have 12, and when you have a bunch of houses getting stuff from the market, you might need 12 people. But keep an eye on how full it is. You want it full. You want this guy to stock up as much stuff as possible. You don't want it to be empty, because then people are gonna have to scrounge for themselves. So already you can see how fast this guy's filling this up over here. It's only a couple seconds and he's already filled a couple hundred things. Let's see how look, boom, tons of stuff. Yeah, definitely worth every penny. The market is important. It is essential if you want to build a more efficient civilization thing. And we have a ton of squash, so I'm actually going to assign a worker here, and this is your inventory. How the trading post works is you have your inventory, which you can use to trade. When a boat comes, what they have for trade will be here, and what you have for trade will be over here. And if you're too busy and you just want them to purchase something, say you have your trade post stocked up with food, extra food you don't need. I have a ton of food over here, so I'm going to stock up on food. If you have a ton of food you don't need, you could just have them purchase stuff automatically. You could put it in order of importance, have them purchase when they arrive or when they leave. You know, I suggest when they leave, so that way you could, if they do arrive, you could do whatever you want first. Maybe change this. Right now I'm going to do never, because I don't have that. But this is good. Say you don't want to waste their time mining. Well, boom, you just get iron and coal and stone just through the trade ports, and that's very possible to do. It's actually a good idea, because when you quarry and you mine, it leaves the mine shafts and the quarries intact. Quarries could take up a lot of space. So actually in this map, I prefer to just trade food. Food's renewable resource. You could just keep growing food from the same spot over and over and over again, and I'd rather do that. And you could build multiple trade ports, you know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 20 trade ports, and just have constantly guys at the trade ports. And it also can be used as a storage unit. I mean, if you have your storage unit here and your market's full and your storages are full, just drop stuff off at the trade port. It's great for holding things. And if you ever need that stuff back, you just reduce the amount of desired. I'll show you right here. Where's the squash? Now I'm gonna put like 1600 squash here. That should buy me 2 cows, I believe. I think they're 800 a piece. 1600 squash. You know, I have 1300 food, so we're good. We're just gonna go with 1600 squash. I have a guy, he's gonna come, and boom, he just dropped off 400 squash. Do that a couple times, and you can see how much full it gets. Now, when we have 1600 squash, when I reduce it, that guy will actually take it out of the trading post and put it back in the storage bins. So if you ever do need it, you can always take it out of the trading post, no problem. And when a boat comes, the orders will, what he's able to provide will be here, and you can actually click what you want him to bring next time. And I'll show you that if and when a boat comes during this video. But yeah, see, this is the trading window. This is what I have available to trade at a value of 1. Everything has a value because there's no money here. So you just have to total up your value and have it be equal or more to the value of stuff you're gonna buy. And try not to be wasteful. Does require a little bit of math sometimes. So hopefully you're good at math in your head. That will help. If not, I actually suggest having a calculator available. I have my phone, I have the calculator app. Sometimes when I'm tired, I just want to get an exact amount of how much, you know, logs I need or whatever. They say the best material is firewood. I actually find if you have your barns, you get a ton of food from them, and if you have the wool and the leather from the beef and the cows and the sheep, I find warm coats. One warm coat is 20 units, and they're awesome to trade. So yeah, I would go with warm coats, but that's later when you get the sheep and the thing. Firewood's okay. I think you get 4 per every firewood. But I don't know, firewood's what I read, but I like to read, I like to use the warm coats. So now we have a market, we have that, we still have 3 laborers, plus I have 8 farmers that aren't working right now. They're doing something. So it is turning springtime. I want them to do something, but don't really have anything available. I guess we could collect these resources over here. I'm just worried that I might get too far away. Got all these little trees over here. Yeah, you don't want them to travel too far. They will freeze. They will, and they only have hide coats right now, which aren't that great. If you're gonna travel long distances, I suggest a warm coat so they can stay out longer without actually freezing to death. So. Alright, I have 1600 squash. Now we're just waiting on a boat. Let's increase the time. See if we can get a boat in here. And houses. That's another thing. As you see, we only have 3 kids here. 31 adults. If we don't build houses, and we have the space, don't be confused about space versus houses. We have the space for more people. And you're thinking, why won't they have more kids? There's space. It's because in order to have kids, you know, well, like this guy and this girl, this is a symbol for male if you're curious. This is female. Barrett and Dorito lady, they should be having kids. I don't know why not, but this is a perfect house. For example, bunch of old people. At a time, these were children. These children didn't have a house to grow up and move out into, so Brenda and Bertina, brother and sister over here, couldn't have babies of their own. And I'm assuming they'd be incest because that's just how it is back then. I don't know, but so the parents are gonna grow old and die. They're gonna grow old and die, never have kids. And if you don't reproduce, then obviously your population is going to fail. So slow down time. You got a boat. It'll tell you if you want it to notify you. It'll tell you. And there's chestnuts. And I'm actually going to get a couple chestnuts here. Let's get like 300 chestnuts, because remember, you want variety. So this is a good way to get variety if you don't have the seeds available to grow chestnuts, but you got plenty of squash. Just trade. Now you got chestnut, squash, and we got some peppers, as well as some other things from the gatherers. So there you go. I put 300 because they're one each, and then 300 units of, I'm gonna say units of value for the squash, 300 units of value for the chestnuts. Trade, and then if you don't want anything else, dismiss them. I don't want anything else because I'm just waiting on the cattle really for now. And then once we get this cattle roaming, actually I really want sheep. Sheep produce a lot of wool, which can be used to trade as well as make warm coats, because we are getting leather from the gathers. So for your first animal, I would suggest sheep actually. Then cattle, then chickens. Chickens just produce eggs and chicken. That's fine to feed and have a little variety for food, but they don't produce as much food as the cattle and the sheep for a full size 15 by 50, or no, I think it's 20 by 20 pasture. So that's that. And then we're just gonna build some houses, and I think that's it. Let's build some houses by the trade port over here, or the market. And I'm gonna build stone houses. Build the road here. Right. And we're good. So that's that. I think that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys learned something. Hope you enjoyed the game, the gameplay. I highly suggest playing it. It is a fun game. So gotta give credit to the developers. It's a very good game, very fun. It brings me back to the old days of computer games. So that's it. Come back next time for another video. Appreciate it. Zanja Reckless. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again.